So that's like a cash flow bottleneck.
Yeah.
So great point. Yeah, really good point. I know this seems like, well, I guess I won't make any assumptions, but if you look at this, like everybody should have a copy of this. If you don't, just send me a message and I'll shoot you an email with a copy of it. But this is what I send to all my agents who onboard with digital in general, because as of now, everybody should be at street level contracts unless you're an LOA agent, which I don't think anybody on this call is an LOA agent. But this is how you get paid. This is the attachment that goes out in the email. And there's two ways to look at how to structure your business. Like the first way is obviously, can we get the client a good chance of getting day one coverage? Is there good value in getting that client the best coverage possible? And then the second, which is literally it's 50-50, the second part of that equation is this company, right? AMM, is this company, Aetna, going to give my business enough cash flow and predictability and income to sustain lead purchases, to help write out of chargebacks, to pay the bills, quite frankly. And so the reason that we structure it, I structure it the way I do with AMM and SBLI and Great Western, is because of how they pay, the advances, and what their cap is. So with Sika, it's not on this paper. I'm going to update it and probably add that as a carrier, maybe spruce this up a little bit, but probably just like give me a week to do that and I'll send that out to you guys with Sika on there. But if you look like, let's take a look at Great Western for a second. So Great Western, they accept debit card. They have a level graded GI products, but they're 75% advance on drafted policies, but it's only up to $500. So even if you have a max offer and it's like a $3,000 AP, you're only going to get $500 no matter what up front. So as a new agent who might be struggling with cash flow and might not have a lot of capital to start up, I probably would lead with a company like American Amicable, whose cap is $1,500, and SBLI, and their cap is $3,500. Right? That's the same client who's a $3,000 AP. That is either literally going to pay you $500 for that AP or the $2,500. That's a big difference. That's a really big difference, right? So I just want you guys to like look at this and structure your business in the way that makes the most sense, not just for our clients, but for us as business owners as well. I mean, even with Seek, it sounds like their level is a 6-month advance. I'm not aware of any cap. Has anybody written a big policy with Sika yet? Like 2,500, 3,000?
They said there was no cap when we had the training.
Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll put something together with that on there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you say advance, does that mean like at the end of the end of 1 year you get the rest, or is that that's all you get for the policy?
So the advance is their premiums advanced by month. So 9 months is 75% of a year, right? So a 50% advance would be 6 months, right? So you're just getting advanced that premium payment. So
Okay.
anything after that would be months 10, 11, 12, if that makes sense.
Question for the group. How are you coordinating your issue dates and draft dates?
Great question, Noah.
That's one question. And then the other question is, when are you setting your issue dates? How many days from the date of the application?
I guess I do it whenever they want to have it enforced. Like, I had somebody who didn't want it until the 27th of December. So I wrote that as the issue date. I still got paid on the policy though.
So basically you're asking them, hey, when do you want this to come out of your bank account?
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, so if you got this plan, when are you looking to get it started? They want to start it immediately. That's great. When do you want it coming out of your bank account? Oh, I get paid on the 14th of every month. Okay, well, do you want to set this up on the 21st just so there's no if, ands, or buts, like, oh, you got paid late or something? And that's what I went with. This day was good for them, so that's what I put.
Yeah. Yep, totally fine. A lot of our clients are on Social Security, so I think, Noah, is that where that's coming from, that question?
Well, I've been having some issue with lapses, not takens, and I think I'm putting out the issue date too far. So I'm trying to, figure out what's going on there. Issue dates, payment dates, some of these folks, we're out 3 weeks before there's an issue date. So I'm just looking for some advice on how to coordinate that a little bit better.
Yeah, a lot of our call center in Charlotte, in their script, they're shooting for a pay today.
Mm-hmm.
So that question that we have in our script, would you like this? If we can get you an approval, Noah, how soon were you looking to get this started? And if they're like, as soon as, well, if it makes sense, I'll get it started today. Right. So then you would just choose today and then set their reoccurring up. Obviously, if we're doing like a good job fact finding, if they're on Social Security, try to lead with a carrier that has true Social Security billing and explain that to the client. Like, this is going to come out when the same day that all the rest of your bills come out of your check. So that way you don't have to think about it every month. And that way you don't have to set it up. Oh, you get it on the 3rd. Well, let's put it on the 5th. So that way, because then, it wouldn't be true Social Security billing. Like, does that make sense?
Are you setting the issue date the same date as the application, or?
Yeah, the same day as the effective date is what I do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, the effective date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question though, because that is a big problem, and everybody feels that, the not taking the grace period lapse. I mean, that's a real thing. And so what Charlotte is doing, and Charlotte call center guys literally is I adopted a formula.